right, so those were the videos on the summit that happened in Hong Kong on the 29th of March. Okay, so we had almost about 4,000 members who participated in the particular summit in Hong Kong from 40 over countries in all around the world. All right, so today's Zoom is all will be in English. It's a public Zoom. All right, so I'll be the speaker for today. I'm Jason from CaryPact. For those who want to hear for the Hindi session, there's another particular link. Please double check with your leaders on the link on the Hindi session. So this will be fully in English. All right. So now, before I start the presentation for today, normally I will play a video on explaining what is CaryPact and BOT chain is all about. So let's watch that particular video before we start the presentation for today. All right. So let's watch that particular video.
When AI takes the center stage, computing power has become the new energy of the world. Yet this energy is monopolized by a few tech giants. Over 80% of global high-performance GPUs are controlled by NVIDIA, AWS, and Google Cloud. Meanwhile, vast amounts of idle GPUs and CPUs are being wasted. Ordinary users are excluded from this new energy economy. This is why the CA supercomputing protocol, CaryPact, was born. CaryPact, a decentralized supercomputing protocol built on bot chain and real-world compute power. Bot chain connects idle global computing power directly with demand-side users, enabling free circulation and fair value return of computing resources. CaryPact is inspired by the pioneering spirit of supercomputing pioneer Seymour Cray. CaryPact liberates computing power from monopoly, allowing everyone to participate in the AI energy revolution. CaryPact is built on bot chain, where BOT, the native token. BOT enables real physical mining through a dual mining model. CA, the ecosystem token with a total supply of 210 million, carries the intrinsic value of the entire computing power economy. The protocol operates a chain-level GPU plus CPU heterogeneous compute matching mechanism at the core blockchain layer, powered by the dynamic allocation algorithm, DAA, and consensus-based proof of compute, CPC, ensuring every unit of computing power can be tokenized, validated, settled, and rewarded on-chain. Bot chain pioneers the world's first DPIN plus PoS dual mining public blockchain model. DPIN mining, powering decentralized real-world compute, where every device and every watt of power generates tangible value. PoS, proof of stake, the governance and staking engine, empowering community-driven governance, consensus, and shared rewards. Together, they form a dual-engine dynamic. Production times growth equals sustainable power. From computing power production and task matching to revenue settlement and deflationary circulation, CaryPact builds a verifiable and sustainable global compute loop on bot chain. CaryPact extends beyond protocol. It's a full-stack industrial architecture. Bot chain, the energy foundation of global compute power. CaryPact, the global hub for computing power scheduling and value distribution. Cary Miner, Cary Phone, Cary UCard, empowering everyone to participate, mine, earn, and spend seamlessly. Meanwhile, CaryHub connects global nodes, and Cary Fund provides computing power insurance and growth capital, ensuring the long-term stability of the ecosystem. CaryPact's rise is not driven by capital, but by global consensus. It has established 18 DAO core communities across Asia, the Middle East, Europe, and North America. CaryPact builds a global network of trust and value synergy. As a decentralized computing alliance, CaryPact bridges AI, blockchain, and the real economy, reshaping how the world accesses and utilizes computational energy. Driven by a unified global vision, CaryPact has outlined a clear growth roadmap. 2025, Quarter 4, protocol validation and node deployment. Establish the foundational network and computing verification system. Launch the bot chain computational proof and node infrastructure. 2026, hardware production and commercial activation. Mass produce Cary miner devices and launch the Cary U card. Global node count surpasses 100,000. 2026, Q3 to Q4, standardization and ecosystem expansion. Partner with AI labs and cloud enterprises to standardize computing power supply. Release Cary Phone, the personal computing gateway. 2027, financialization and global maturity. Launch Cary Market, the global computing power asset trading platform. Introduce staking and credit systems for computing assets. Global node count surpasses 10 million. Begin preparations for NASDAQ listing. CaryPact's mission is to make computing power a public energy resource for humanity. By combining real computing power times decentralized networks times community consensus, CaryPact builds a free, open, and sustainable global computing economy. CaryPact, restoring the true value of computing power. The new era of global computation has begun.
All right, so I believe you guys have watched a small video clip on explaining what is CaryPact and BOT Chain is all about. So I welcome you all back again to our Zoom session today. I know you guys came from different part of the world to joining my Zoom session today. I'm Jason here from CaryPact. So I'll be doing the presentation for today. Now, before we start, let me share the particular presentation. So we have a latest updated presentation. So make sure leaders you get the information from your leaders. Okay. So let me share the slide. Okay. So if let's say you guys can see my presentation slide, please type in the chat box 111 so that I know you guys can see my particular presentation. Can you guys see my PPT? And can you hear me loud and clear? So just type in the chat box 111 so that I know you guys can hear me and also can see the presentation slide. All right. Thank you very much, Sam. Thank you very much, Rahul, right, for the response. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right. So let's start the presentation for today. Welcome to our particular presentation. So, BOT Chain. All right. So, BOT Chain is our first public chain that been created. All right. And CaryPact is our first benchmark ecosystem that been built in our own public chain, which is called the BOT Chain. All right. So it's both related. Now, this will be a new presentation slide that I'll be using in explaining to the members, which you can get the presentation slide from your leaders. All right. Now, how to acquire wealth? Choose the right blockchain gate and also to navigate the crypto entrances, which are very important, right? So there's 4 major classes of crypto wealth if you see from the pyramid over here, all right? The 4th place or the 4th class we call as the scheme circle, all right? We have a lot of schemes, Ponzi schemes, ROI platforms, things and everything. So many things are there. So it comes under these 4th classes. And number 3rd class, we call the coin circle. There's a lot of people creating coins, tokens, and so on. So that comes under the 3rd class. And the 2nd class comes in the exchanges, those new exchanges that are coming in day by day. All right. So those particular systems, they call as the 2nd major class of crypto wealth. And the 1st class is always the chain circle. All right. The chain circle here means the public chain. All right. So it's very important for us to know what is public chain. If you can see from this particular chart, the public chain market cap in the total crypto market, it's covering almost about 1.87 trillion US dollar. All right. That's more than almost about 60 to 70% of the entire crypto market cap that we can see. So where can you get this particular data? Obviously, you can get it from our coinmarketcap.com. All right. So you can go into coinmarketcap and then you can get all the information on this particular market cap over there. And you can see how many coins, how many tokens, how many exchanges have been there in the market for currently. Every day it's keep on going up. Correct. So first we need to identify for our project where are we belong, all right, into these four major classes. So obviously our BOT chain is in the first major class, which is the chain circle, all right, because we are in the public chain, all right. So I'm going to talk more detail about this particular public chain, all right. So let's go into our presentation in more detail. Now, as you can see here, all right, we're talking about the evolution of public chain, right? It's all started with Bitcoin, correct? So Bitcoin is a public chain, right? And it started in 2008 with 4 cents per coin, all right? And you guys know what's the price of Bitcoin right now? It's somewhere around $70,000. Okay, but it went up to the peak of $130,000 per Bitcoin, all right? And in Bitcoin, you know, it's a decentralized system, all right? It's a decentralized ecosystem and it's a public ledger, all right? And it acts as a storage, all right, storage class of asset. Okay, you can't build any ecosystem into the public chain itself, right? And the growth, you can see it have already made more than 15 million times from the day it launched up to the peak hours or the peak price of the Bitcoin, correct? Then we had the 2.0 version came in under Ethereum, or we call the Ether. All right, it's built under the smart contract whereby you have a lot of projects and also platform that can be built in the Ethereum public chain, like MLM project, ROI, Mimi token, NFT, GameFi, SocialFi, and Metaverse, and so on. All right, but the only problem with Ethereum is the gas fees is expensive, is high, and the transaction fees, all right, the speed of the transaction is very slow. It's because it's getting too congested, right? So can you imagine buying a Shiba Inu token in their Ethereum public chain in 2021, all right? The price of the particular Shiba Inu for worth of $100, you have to pay a gas fees up to $120 on the peak hours. Correct. So those are the issues that ongoing that particular time. All right, in Ethereum public chain. Then we had the 3.0 version that came in. All right, whereby we have BNB, we have Solana. So Solana was selling speed as one of their major selling point. BNB was focusing on the lowest gas fees. We have TRX, Matic all selling lowest gas fees. Then we had Polkadot for the cross chain. And then we had Uniswap for the DEX, which we call as the decentralized exchange, whereby they have their own liquidity pool. All right. And all these particular public chain coin have seen a growth, like Ethereum had a growth up to 16,000 times. BNB had the growth of 9,100 times. And then we're talking about the new era of 4.0, which is the BOT chain. All right. So in 2026, we're going to talk about BOT chain, whereby it's focusing on the public chain plus the modular algorithm network, which we used to call it as the magic block AI. All right. So what will be the growth of this particular BOT coin in the market? All right. So we yet to see the major growth, but it started with $5. All right. But currently trading around $9 per coin. All right. So things are going in a very right way, and it's a very growing in a positive way. All right. Now talking about these modular things, all right, on the BOT chain, we'll be explaining more detail on what are the specialties that they had in this particular 4.0 era. All right, but we are talking about the price of the token. It's going to go skyrocketing within the less than 1 year or less than 2 years. All right, so all these public chain coin, have go to the peak, all right, 1 or 2 years before they're launching. All right. So it's something very interesting for us to look into it. Now, what is so differentiate in terms of advantages of this public boot chain? All right. So we're talking about the 4.0, right? So remember I mentioned to you the modular protocol layer or the magic block AI. All right. So with one click protocol, okay, you can launch your project. I believe this we are focusing on the developers and also the programmers because they will be more than interested enough to see how they can utilize, all right, to creating a project using our BOT chain. As what we used to know, for a programmer to create a project, it will need somewhere around 4 weeks to 8 weeks to create a project, correct? So now with our boot chain, which is our modular protocol or the magic block AI, with less than 30 minutes, you can create a project. All right. So this will ease the programmers outside there who used to have sleepless night on creating a project and to chase the deadline. Correct. So we are focusing to the developers and programmers to come and create their projects in our public chain called BOT chain. All right. So not only that, we also have the native support for the AI agent, whereby the Web3 is now evolving from human to human network into a symbiotic network to of human to AI and also AI to AI interaction. Okay, so in here you can see here the visualization of the modular composition. Complex logic can be built with the simplicity, making Web3 development as efficient as building into Legos. All right, so you can see here things. All right, so it's very interesting to look into it. All right. And then we also have the one-stop incubation engine, whereby 30% of the gas fees are allocated to a long-term ecosystem incubation funds. All right, with a 50 million ecosystem support program launching in April end. All right. So that means the company is also allocating a 50 million fund to fund those programmers and developers who want to build ecosystems, right, in boot chain. So these are the initiatives that taken by the company from boot chain, all right, to make sure that we give the allocating funds for the developers or the programmers to create projects in our ecosystem, right? So this is something very interesting, yeah. Now coming back to the boot chain over here, so what's so special about our boot chain? As I mentioned earlier, right? So we have the technology, which is the 5 core infrastructure that we are focusing in the boot chain, which is the mainnet, independent open source code database, whereby we can use the open source code. We have the block explorer, we have the scanner, we have the wallet, and also the distribution node network, which is the PC. So the core application, we have the cross-chain bridge, we have the DEX or swap, and more to come in. All right, and we also have our lead investor, which is from the Nick Foundation, Alpha, and also Jamhead Capital, who have initially funded us with a total funding of 15 million to start up the entire public chain boot chain. All right, and talking about that, the boot chain have a total circulation of 150 million in total, and it will take almost about 25 years to fully immerse the entire supply of 150 million. All right, and out of this 150 million, 70% goes into the mining output, whereby we have the physical mining machine, and the remaining 30% goes to the early investors, the airdrops, the tech teams, and the developments of the system. All right. Now, and not only talking about that, talking about the BOT chain, right? The coin, it's a dual dominant traffic engine whereby we're going to list this particular token in the public domain exchange, like top 10 to 20 exchanges by end of this year. All right. So this is something very interesting for to look into our boot chain values. All right. So these are the strong factors why the developers or the programmers can look into developing new projects in our public chain itself. All right. So this will give them the room to create more income. All right, because they can shorten up their time in spending in developing the entire project, and not only that, almost 80% of the gas fees that collected from the ecosystem created by the new developers, it will be given back to them as a token of appreciation. So they have two things, right? So within 30 minutes, they can create or launch a project, and then the 80% of the gas fees that collected from the ecosystem developed by them, it will be given back to them so that they have the interest to develop the project in our public chain. All right, by doing this, what is the advantage to our boot chain? All right, more people, more users going to come in, and more users going to hold the price of the token, the coin of boot chain, and then the price of boot chain is definitely going to go up. All right, now this is the roadmap of 2026. So we used to call our boot chain as the magic block AI. The real terms that we use in our blockchain system, it's called the modular algorithm network. All right. As you can see here in February 2025, all right, we had the boot chain public mainnet launched, all right, which is February 25, yeah, 2026, and full development of 5 core infrastructure was being fully up, and the entire system is already up running, all right, including CaryPact and also the boot chain. By end of March, we have the summit that happened in Hong Kong. We had almost about more than 4,000 people who participated in our summit, and by end of April 2026, we're going to take part in Dubai Token 2049 Summit. All right, and then the launch of 50 million ecosystem growth fund for the developers and also the programmers who want to create project in our public chain. All right, and early May, we're going to see one-click protocol development features going to launch. They're going to have a lot of expansion and partnership program launch. And by end of June, we're going to have more than 2,000 ecosystem projects that will be deployed under our ecosystem. All right. So this is something very interesting for you to look into. Okay. And then we have July, we have the global super node. All right. And in August, the target is to create more than 10,000 ecosystem project on the deploy. And in September, okay, they are planning to list all the top exchanges in our BOT coin, all right? And the price of the BOT, they are expecting to go up to $1,000. So this is the target that they're having, all right? So let's see how things that we can go in, okay? And let's move on to our presentation. Now, this is our entire ecosystem. We call the CaryPact. Total supply is 210 million token. And initially, 10 million is being kept for the swap on the DEX, and 200 million will be into the computing power network output. Now, from here, we can see here that, right, the daily emission is more than 40,000 token, okay, from the total supply. And from the 40,000, 42% is being allocated for the Hashrate Mining, which is 16,800 token. 18% is to the PoS output, which is the staking program, which is 7,200 CA token. 35% into the dynamic reward pool, which is the active income. We have almost about 14,000 CA token over there. Okay. And then 3%, okay, for the DAO community system, okay, whereby you, when you reach to the ranking of V7 to V10, you are entitled to be earning this particular CA token every single days to be shared, and 2% for the foundation, which is allocated for 800 CA token. All right. And if you can see here, it's been reducing by the total supply up to 10% for every 2 years once. And to fully complete the emission of this particular CA token, it will take you about 22 years. Okay. Now, let's look into the most important part of the presentation for today is how to participate. Okay, $1 is equivalent to one hash rate. So the minimum amount for you to join is 100 US dollar. And this is how the calculation works. Yeah, for the static mining, which is 16,800 is fixed. And your individual hash rate means your individual investment, right? So if let's say now you start out with minimum $100, yeah. Okay, for the calculation purpose, let me show you how it works. So your $100 is equivalent to 100 hash rate, right? Divide by the total network hash rate of the company. For today's total network hash rate is about 42,870,000. So you can get all this information in our back office, yeah, in app.carypact.com. When you log in using the Web3 wallet, you have your referral link. Then when you join in, all right, you purchase for $100 computing power, and then it will be divided by the total network hash rate, and then times with 16,800 of CA that produce every day, you will be getting somewhere around 0.039 CA per day. All right. So the current price of CA, if you see in the back office on the swap, is around $27. That means you will be making somewhere around $1.05 per day. So this is plus minus that you will be getting. All right. So once you have the CA that you are getting on a daily basis, if you wanted to earn more CA, what you can do is you can go into our second passive income, which is on the stacking pool. There has a button called one stick click. All right. So by doing the clicking over there, you can, all right, you can do the stacking. All right. In the stacking, what will happen is, all right, you will be getting maximum yield up to 1%. All right, you will be getting maximum yield up to 1%, and it will be automatically daily compounded, yeah, from the CA that been produced from your static mining. All right, so whatever you're getting over here, if you click one click stake, it will go into the staking pool. But if let's say you don't want to do the one click staking, you can also sell it your CA into our swap, whereby you can swap it to BOT coin, and then from BOT you can take it out into a USDT in the DEX. All right, each time you swap the BOT to CA into BOT, there will be charges of 5% surplus charges, whereby the 5% breakdown is 1.8 goes back to the liquidity reflow into the staking pool. 3.2% goes to the node account holders. For congratulations who have purchased the node account holders before this, you guys will be making money on the transactions, each transaction that happening. All right. So in the staking pool, you can unstake anytime you want it because it's a flexible entry and exit, T+1 settlement, whereby within 24 hours, if you want to unstake it, you just need to wait 24 hours. After that, you can withdraw it out entire fund and then sell it back on the DEX. All right. Now we're coming to the active income over here. All right. So this is on the networking where they allocated 35% from the 40,000, which is 14,000 CA token per day. All right. So the first part, which is the team award, okay, team award, and also the management award, which is your ranking bonus. On the team award, the criteria is your personal investment must be more than $300 in CaryPact stacking, and your weaker leg sales must be more than 3,000. Weaker leg means your smaller leg, yeah. So you have strong leg, you have weaker leg. Okay, you can also build with two legs, okay, whereby the weaker leg sales must be more than 3,000. Okay. So how the calculation works here is very simple. The active pool 50% means 50% from 14,000 is 7,000. All right. So that's how the calculation. So let's take your calculator so that we can do this together. So let's say your weaker leg sales volume is more than 20,000. Let's say example 20,000 your weaker leg, yeah, or your smaller leg. So your bigger leg must be more than 20,000. All right. So you only have two legs. Example A and B. A have 30,000 and B have 20,000. So B is your small leg. So divide by with the total network uh, small leg of the company. All right, which is let's say about 60 million. Then times that with 7,000. So you'll be getting daily about 2.3 CA per day. All right. So if you times this with the current price, $27, it's about $62 that you're making per day. So that is the first team award. All right. That means if you qualify for the criteria whereby your personal stacking is more than 300 and your small leg sales is more than 3,000, you will be start getting this particular income after that. Okay. Whereas for the ranking bonus is also allocated another 7,000. Okay, it's also allocated another 7,000 as you can see here. Okay, as you can see here, we have V1 up to V10. Okay, so V1, your personal stacking must be more than $500 and your small leg must be more than $10,000. Okay, you will be achieving the reward pool, which is 30%. So 30% from where, which is 7,000. Yeah, so that means 2,100 is been accumulated into allocated into V1 pool. All right. So now let's do this calculation. Yeah. If you're qualified as V1, again, take your calculator. If you're qualified as V1, okay, the total reward pool is 30%, right? So 30% from 7,000 is 2,100 CA. Okay, will be divided among, let's say in V1, we have about 2,000 people qualified. So you will be getting daily 1.05 CA per day, right? So if you go to the ranking of V2, that means your personal stacking must be more than 1,000 and your small leg sales must be more than 30,000. So you will be in V2 ranking, whereby you will have 10% from the reward pool sharing, which is $700, 700 CA, correct? 10% from 7,000 is 700. So 700 divide by how many people qualify in the V2 pool, all right? That's how you get your outcome. And the best thing is, once you go to V2 ranking, you still enjoy the benefit of V1 pool and V2 pool. That means the same thing happens if you go up to V10 ranking, you still have the piece of cake in V1, V2, V3 up to V10. All right. Now, if you see here on the V8 categories, all right, on the small leg performance, you need to have two V7. That means even though you have two legs, your strong leg is also take into consideration of V7, and your weaker leg, you have another V7. That means you are qualified yourself as V8. So with only two legs, you can still qualify as V8. All right. And then for V10, it's the same thing. You need to have two V9. As long as you have the two V9 in two different legs, you will be still qualified as V10 as long as your personal stacking is more than 20,000. All right. And not only that, you see, for those who are achieving V7 to V10 category, you will have an additional 3% income from the DAO community, which is allocated 1,200 CA per day, right? So how many people are there who qualified from V7 to V10? Everybody will be equally sharing the 1,200 CA token every day, right? And not only that, there's also another stacking award. Remember, when you do your stacking up to 1% daily return, your team members do the stacking. If let's say you are in V1, you can earn 2% from their daily income that they're earning from the stacking, right? From the daily income, yeah. So you can earn up to 20%, which is if you're in V10, you can earn up to 20%. All right. So it's only for one level, yeah. So it's one level. So there's no any same level bonus over here. It's only for one levels. Okay. As long as they're not in the same ranking as you, you can still override up to your entire team. All right. But once they already achieve your same level ranking, then you only take from their level only. So you don't get from their team already. Okay. Unless you rank up yourself to V2, then you can still override another 2%. All right. So that's how the things works on the dynamic reward. Now, this is in a chart to show you how active revenue referral table looks like. Yeah. Okay. So this is an estimation of showing how much will you be earning yourself if you are in this particular ranking. Now, for V1, there's a daily estimation of earning $40 per day, right? Whereby in a month you will be earning up to 1,200 just from your team bonus, all right? From your team bonus when you go up in terms of ranking. It's just one part of income that I'm showing over here. Okay, so if you're going to V2, you'll be approximately earning around $100 per day, and you'll be getting somewhere around 3,000 per month. For V3, 7,000. Up to V10, you can earn up to 6 million per month. All right. So this is the rough estimation of the table that they have done for us for you to see into this particular thing. All right. So you can have this particular slide to be used to do some of your closings as well. Okay. Now, coming back to the last part of the presentation for today, right? The rise logic of CA and BOT. As you can see here, for the CA, right, 10% of the reflow will be infinite burns and also deflation. And as I tell you just now, 10% is reduced for every 2 years by the total supply, and it will take almost about 22 years to fully eliminate all these tokens. All right. And then for the BOT, whatever gas fees that the company is collecting from their part, 50% will be burnt and deflate, all right, so that they can increase the price of the BOT in the next 1 year time. And it's fully to be mined. It will take you about 25 years, all right. So the utility, you can see here, the ecosystem participant builds the liquidity pool itself. So they'll be focusing on the KOLs, mainstream medias to do the promotion for the public chain itself for the upcoming days, right? Now, this is the one piece overview of the entire presentation that I've done for the past 30 to 35 minutes. You can use this one page presentation to do the closing with your team members, all right, to give your teams an easy way of doing the presentation. Okay, you can get this particular thing from your leaders or your team. If you have more questions, you can ask them as well. All right, so that's the end of my presentation for today. If anybody have any questions, I open the floor for them to ask any questions. Yeah. So if you have any questions, feel free to ask yourselves. Okay. So you can unmute yourselves. If you have any questions, you can ask me right now. All right. So this presentation is all about English, yeah. So as I mentioned earlier, for those who are looking into Hindi presentation, you can check out with your uplines. They have a different link for the Hindi presentation. So this is an English public presentation. All right. So we have this English presentation on every week on Monday, Tuesday, and also Friday. All right. We are using the same link. You can distribute it to your friends and your partners. All right. For those who want to hear for this presentation, and we can have Q&A sessions together if you have any questions. All right. And more things to be shared and details over here. All right. So basically, we are still new. Just started about 17 days ago, the entire CaryPact project. So you guys are still in the pioneership project over here. So if you have anything that you want to ask or talk about, feel free to ask right now. Any questions? So if let's say there's no any questions, thank you very much for joining the session.
There's a question there.
Yeah.
Someone would like to know. Somebody asked me, what are the use cases for CA? What are the use cases for CA?
For CA, CA is a platform token. Yeah. So you will be converting CA into BOT coin for your withdrawal. So BOT coin will be going out in terms of the exchanges. So that will be the most important thing for you to start to stack up. All right. CA is for you to earn from the project. After that, you can convert it to our BOT coin. Okay. So it works as a dual token model over there. Okay. Because you won't be earning BOT coin. The only way for you to earn BOT is from swapping your CA that you're earning on a daily basis, all right, into BOT coin. So to participate, you need to get involved into this particular computing power first, all right? Then from there only you can do the stacking, and if you want to withdraw, you can withdraw it out to BOT. So from BOT, you can do the swap or DEX, all right, whereby you can convert to USDT. From USDT, you need to bridge out to your other chain like Binance, Ethereum, and so on. So we have all the videos how to join, how to withdraw, and how to convert the CA to BOT, and from BOT to USDT. So we already have everything in our official Telegram group. So you can have a look over there, join the official Telegram group, and you can get all the latest videos and updates. Okay. So yes, so anybody have any questions, feel free to ask. Yeah, you can unmute yourself.
Hello.
Yes.
Hello. Now it's a token.
Yeah.
Now it's a token.
Which one? CA is a token, but BOT is a coin. Yeah, it's a public chain coin.
Okay.
But CA is a community project that we have started with under the BOT.
Our earning is token या coin.
So CA is a token. BOT is a coin.
Okay.
Okay.
So companies mining providing by coin या token.
No, BOT you need to mine. All right. So that means you need to have the machine. For those who joined earlier in the node account, they would have the mining machine for the BOT. But for those who are now joining, they will be joining under CaryPact. So CaryPact is our first project, so it will be in token form. Yeah. So whatever you're earning on a daily basis from your investment, it will be converted into CA. Then from CA you can convert out to BOT, and then from BOT to USDT. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Hi, Mr. Jason.
Yes, brother.
I would like to ask about the total supply which you have calculated 40,000 per month per years
Yeah,
or
per
per
day.
day?
Yeah, per day. Correct.
Is there any option that you can change in future?
Yeah. For the first 2 years, how the mechanism works is, for the first 2 years, it will be releasing 40,000 every day. After 2 years, it will be reducing by 10%.
Okay, but is there a 22-year plans?
No, it's not for 2 years plan. It will go up to 22 years. Yeah, the entire system will run up to 22 years to fully complete.
I want to ask that, and is there any company option that he may decrease or increase the circulating supply or daily supply?
No. It follows whatever it is here. You can check it out in our smart contract. Yeah, CA already have the smart contract, and BOT also already have the smart contract.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. Yes, anybody have more questions? You can just unmute yourself and ask your question.
Hello, sir. I am from Pakistan. My name is Khizer. I just want to ask about the mining machines. Is it available for now also? Because we want some machines for Pakistan also to display the people that we are doing something real.
Okay. Actually, for the machine, right, it was been distributed in Hong Kong for those who purchased the node account. But you can also purchase manually. I mean, separately, it's about $3,600 per machine, yeah, per unit. But you need to double check with your upline. Just try to ask them to check with the management side whether it's still available or not. Okay.
Okay, sir. Can you just little bit explain about the maintaining of the device? It's only need the electric supply and the internet, right?
Yes, correct. It's actually doesn't take much of your electricity. It's just a simple mining machine whereby you just need to keep it in your household. All right, just connect with your power supply and also internet will do.
Thanks, man. It's okay.
Yes, thank you. Thank you very much for the question, sir. Any other questions? Guys?
Yes, sir.
Yep.
Hello.
Yes.
Actually, I want to ask, what is the procedure to withdraw?
Okay.
Can you show it up on the screen, which might be simple for us?
No, it's everything already have in terms of video form, brother. So you can check it out in the Telegram group, all right, to get how to convert it to the withdrawal, all right?
Okay, sir.
All right. So if you can't find, you can just double check with your upline or your team because they already have all the videos, right?
All right. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you. CA to BOT and BOT to USDT, all the main leaders have tried. People already swap and it's working, yeah, in our boot chain. But obviously, you need to add the boot chain in the public chain first, in your token pocket or in your Trust wallet or in your SafePol. You just need to add the boot chain first. Then only you can log in, yeah. And then all the transaction is been doing under the boot chain. Okay. So, any other questions?
Hello, Jackson.
Yes.
Hello.
Yes.
Myself Ajay Kumar from Varanasi.
Yes.
And I just want to know that what we receive the rewards in the form of only CA.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. And CA, when we want to liquidate this in stable dollar or use stable currency, then we need to first convert CA into BOT chain. Then
yes, you need to convert to BOT chain first. Correct. BOT token. BOT coin. Sorry. BOT coin.
BOT coin.
Yes.
Okay.
Then from
after
BOT, you can take it out in USDT.
Okay. So at present, what currency we need to register? Yeah.
Don't understand.
Because we are currently doing registration with USDT on Binance chain.
Yes, correct. To deposit, you can use Binance chain or Ethereum chain or BOT chain. But to withdraw out, it will be from the BOT. So you must have installed or set up the BOT chain first, all right, in order to withdraw out.